Some years back, I used to work at a company where there's a group of guys at the company that I ended up becoming friends with. And it was awesome. You know, we really related to each other in a lot of ways. We would hang out all the time. We would chat in the group chat. It was really great. And then as time went on, I noticed something start to happen. Everyone's collective respect for me started to drop. And it would manifest itself in ways to where certain comments would be made, whether privately or when other people are around, certain text messages. I remember times where I would leave my phone for hours and then I would come back and I'd check the group chat and it would just be a long string of texts of just completely going in on me. And don't get me wrong, in a male friend group, it's actually pretty common to have some banter, some teasing, some jokes, some roasting, that type of thing. Very common. But you can always tell in those moments that behind the jokes, behind the roasting and teasing and everything, it's rooted in love. It's rooted in brotherhood and family stuff. And sometimes some of the teasing and roasting is geared toward helping you improve in some way, whether it's dressing better or exercising, right? But in the situation I'm talking about, there were times genuinely, and I can't repeat some of it, but I would check my phone and I would look at some of the messages and I'm like, yo, this is bad. I ended up leaving that group and investing in other friendships that were a lot healthier. I mean, my closest group of guy friends right now, the group chat's always popping. Yeah, there's some, joking, teasing, roasting from time to time. But like I said, it doesn't cross certain lines and you can tell that there's a lot of love and respect for one another and a genuine desire to see each one of us in this group succeed. Since that incident, I've never encountered dynamics like that again. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to avoid your peers losing respect for you. Number one, don't make fun of yourself too much. Now, don't get me wrong, being able to laugh at yourself and not take yourself too seriously is actually a really confident trait. It shows that you embrace your insecurities. But if you do it too much, if you're always making fun of yourself, it can get a little bit awkward and it can also make people realize that, oh, this might be something that this person is truly insecure about. What it also does though, is it teaches people how to relate to you. So if you're getting accustomed to a new friend group and you keep just ragging on yourself about certain insecurities that you have, what you're doing is you're training these people to associate you in that way. And it won't be long before they start making fun of you in the same way you make fun of yourself. That was one of the first things I realized is the way you treat yourself is often going to play a role in how people treat you. Number two, don't talk too much nonsense. This was a big mistake that I made. But avoid just running your mouth, yapping and talking and saying a lot of things that are just kind of unnecessary and offer little value. Because if you're in a conversation with people and you just keep running your mouth, yapping and talking and just saying all this nonsense, you're training people to place less value and importance on what you have to say, which in turn makes people view you as less valuable. Have you ever been in a conversation where there's that person in the group who they may not be the quietest person, but whenever they speak, everyone just stops and freezes and listens to what they have to say? They do that because everybody in the group has been trained to understand that whenever that person speaks, it's going to be something important. Your goal is to be that person. So try to get into the habit of whenever you speak in a conversation, let it be something of value or something that truly contributes to the conversation instead of just yapping and running your mouth about all kinds of nonsense. Yo, real quick. So I'm editing the video right now and there are a couple points that I forgot to put in the video that came to mind and I figured that it would fit really well with this video. So what I actually decided to do is I decided to make a Patreon and I uploaded it's into Patreon. So if you want access to bonus content, all right, scroll to the description box. It's there. I'm going to be uploading all kinds of stuff there. So check it out. Scroll to the description. Check it out. Peace. Number three, avoid breaking promises. You want to avoid doing this to yourself and others. So if you tell a friend that you're going to call them tomorrow, you better call them tomorrow. That's keeping a promise to someone else. If you tell yourself you're going to go to the gym later, make sure you go to the gym later. That's keeping a promise to yourself. Another example, if you tell people that you're gonna stop drinking for 5 months, but a month later, you're out with some people and then someone tries to peer pressure you into drinking and you decide to drink, a lot of people just subconsciously watched you break a promise you made to yourself. You communicated to people that your values are not that important. Another example of this, I remember one evening I was hanging out with a friend and he had asked if I wanted to go with him to a party later that night. But I knew I couldn't go because this was at a period of time in my life where I was trying to go to the gym consistently. I had not missed a day and it was something that I was trying to stick to. And I knew that the next morning I had to go to the gym a lot earlier than I usually do at 6 o'clock in the morning because that day I had so much going on through the rest of the day that if I didn't get up early and get to the gym early, I would not have time the rest of the day to get that workout in. So I had to tell my friend, hey, I would love to, but I can't go. And he's like, oh, come on, man, you gotta come to the party. And I was like, look, I can't, man, because if I go to that party, I know I'm gonna miss the gym the next morning. It's gonna be damn near impossible for me to get up on time and get to the gym. He's like, oh, please, bro, come on. I was like, dude, I can't. I'm really trying to stay consistent with that. He's like, okay, I understand, no worries. And like a couple weeks later, we're talking on the phone and he had told me, he's like, Josh, I just wanna let you know, I didn't say it in the moment, but when you held off on going to that party with me and you stuck to that commitment you set for yourself of going to the gym consistently, I gained a lot of respect for you, man. And that's the thing, not everybody is going to tell you to your face that they gained a lot of respect for you for keeping the promises you make to yourself and to others. But I'm telling you, they're watching. People will respect you more when you develop a reputation with yourself and others that you always do what you say you're going to do. I know it's easier said than done, but be a person of your word. Or number 4, your appearance. The honest truth is some people will disrespect you or lose respect for you because of your appearance. So if you stink or your clothes are dirty or they don't fit very well or you're very unkempt or you don't really sleep, you don't look like you take care of yourself, people are going to notice and they're going to lose respect for you. This one's a little bit obvious, but yeah, if you're not doing it already, make sure you're brushing your teeth, scraping your tongue, taking showers, wearing clean clothes, wearing clothes that fit, and also just maybe investing a little bit of time into just having decent fashion sense. You don't have to look like a runway model or you're on like GQ or Vogue or something, but just try to look somewhat presentable. Try to look like you care. Another thing I want to add, especially if you're a guy, is getting bigger, putting on more size in the gym. And I'm going to give you an example or a story related to this. So there was a period of time, like 6 months, where I said, I'm just going to bulk up, get in the gym and get as big as possible. And I was a lot skinnier when I started than I am currently. I was like 150 pounds, I'm 6 feet tall, and I had bulked up to like 190 pounds. I was big. I wasn't 10% body fat by any means. I was just eating a lot of food, but I was big. I was definitely a bigger dude. And I remember in that period of time, the amount of disrespect I got had just decreased drastically. And I think there's something to be said about being a guy amongst a tribe of men that just takes up more space. I did that bulk in the latter part of 2019, and then it went into 2020, and then the pandemic hit, the gyms closed, I got depressed, and I remember I just lost all my size. So my current project right now is putting back on size, but I'm trying to do it more intelligently. Not a dirty bulk. I don't recommend a dirty bulk, by the way. I felt awful, but I was a lot bigger. Number 5, have ambition. You need to have something in life that you care about. Something that gets you up in the morning, some kind of purpose. It could be anything like trying to learn a new instrument or trying to play a new sport or a new hobby or a passion, something. You can't be someone who's just sitting around all day, every day, not doing anything with their time. And whenever you find whatever it is that you're passionate about or you like to get involved with, dedicate time to getting super involved in it or super good at the thing you care about. So for me, it's doing stand-up comedy, which is something I started in 2015, and also making videos online and connecting with you and getting involved with self-improvement. Because people are drawn to people who have some kind of ambition, some kind of passion, something that they care about. Check out some of the links down below, and I hope you found this helpful. And with that, I say, make the choices today that'll make the future you happy. Peace.